There was a line in that gospel that really stood out to me as I was preparing for today, and it was, "For there is nothing hidden except to be made visible, nothing is secret except to come to light." So that was today's version. In Matthew's version of today's gospel, that those words from Jesus, we hear, "Nothing is concealed that will not be revealed, nor secret that would not be known." So I had some questions about secrets that came to mind in light of that. Who has ever told someone a secret? You raise your hand if you've told somebody a secret. Okay, who has ever been told a secret themselves? Somebody said, "This is a secret, don't tell anybody." Okay. Who has found it hard to keep that secret? Yes, sometimes it can be hard. Okay, you put your hands down. I think the older you get, that list of secrets that you hope never come to light can get longer and longer. More and more things can be added to that list of secrets. And it doesn't have to be bad things, right? It doesn't have to be bad things that you want to keep secret. It can be things that you are simply like maybe a little embarrassed about. So I had one example that came to mind as I was preparing for today. One secret that I've been sharing a little more recently, that I've been kind of embarrassed to share, is something that I watch on YouTube that helps me fall asleep some nights. So I've kind of narrowed it down to two different people, because they don't use any bad language and they don't talk about everything else that's going on in the world. They kind of just comment on what they are doing. And what they're doing is playing a very particular video game. So they play Mario Maker to be exact. Some of you might be familiar with that. For those who don't know, Mario Maker is a version of Mario where people can create their own levels. They upload them to the internet, and then you can play them. Right? So infinite levels of Mario, all different versions of Mario, and for whatever reason, these videos help me fall asleep watching these guys play these Mario. And now that I've shared that with you, right, there might be many thoughts, many questions running through your mind, like why would you be embarrassed about that? Or some of you might be thinking, yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I wouldn't tell anybody else that. One of the reasons I share all that is because sharing that little weird fact about me to people recently, what I've noticed as I've started to do that was this freeing feeling. Right? This freeing feeling, like I felt good about being able to share this little thing that I thought was really strange about me. And as I was reflecting on that, I think it's because for some reason I was tempted into thinking that people would make fun of me, right, if I started to share this with them. And they might. Right? That's part of the risk of sharing these little things we're afraid to share with others. But it's part of who I am. Right? This little weird fact about me is part of who I am. It's how I enjoy spending some of the last moments of my day before I fall asleep on some days. And the more and more I reflect on it, why this particular thing is so meaningful to me, why it helps me at night, is because I loved playing Mario when I was your age, with my friends, with my family. And watching people play Mario really well always brought me joy. It still brings me joy. The guys that I watch are really good at Mario. And for some reason, watching them helps calm my mind just enough that I can fall asleep to watching them. The deeper point I want to make in all that is this, right? That's the type of secret, right? That's the type of secret that is easy enough to share in front of a large crowd. But there are other secrets that I would not want to share publicly, that I don't think the Lord is asking me to share publicly. And the similarity between both of those types of secrets is, at least for me, there's another temptation there. The temptation is to think that those secrets make me unlovable in some way. And ultimately, that was my fear in not wanting to share this weird little fact about me. That people would be like, "That's too weird, Father Michael. I thought I knew you. We can't be friends anymore." My thoughts can be somewhat dramatic. But even with that, and even with those other secrets that I would not want to share anywhere else but in a confessional to a priest who I know has to keep that secret, even those secrets, what Jesus is revealing in today's gospel, even those secrets will be made known one day. And he does not want us to be afraid of that moment, because when that happens, it will be done in such a glorious fashion that we will hopefully, this is something we can recognize now, that same truth that will be revealed that day when all of this is made known publicly, every secret that we've kept to ourselves, every secret that we've only shared in the confessional, Jesus can help us realize now, in a very private way, that we are lovable, even in light of that secret. And it really is knowing that we can receive the Lord's love, receive his mercy in those places, those secret places that we don't want to tell anyone about. It's receiving his love there that really helps us become those lights that he spoke about in today's gospel. Those lights who help shine the way, who light the way toward him who is the source of all light, to Jesus himself. And one of the things I think he really wants us to take to heart early on in our lives and throughout our lives is we do not have to be embarrassed about those things that we are tempted to keep secret. We don't even have to be ashamed of them in any sort of way. Right? Jesus loves us in every single secret. We never need to be afraid to talk to him about those things that we wish we could keep secret. It is not a secret to him. He already knows. So don't wait. Don't wait to let him love you right there. Right in that place where you wish, these secrets that we have that are part of our lives, maybe things that we wish had never happened. These are the things that we can bring to Jesus and ask him to love us right there. Help us to believe that we are lovable right there. No matter what we have done, no matter what may have been done to us, we can always bring it to him and ask him to help us to receive his healing, his mercy, his love, so that you and I can continue to shine like the saints that he created us to be, leading all people to the source of that shine, the source of the light that is within us.